Alibaba and the 40 Thieves. Once upon a time, a poor woodcutter named Alibaba lived in a town in Persia with his wife and son. Each day, Alibaba took his donkey to a nearby forest and cut wood to sell in town. As he worked in the forest, one day Alibaba heard the thundering sound of horses' hooves coming toward him. Worried that the riders were robbers, he led his donkey up a tall pile of rocks so they would not be seen. From his hiding spot, Alibaba counted 40 men. By the fine clothes they wore and the swords they carried, he was certain that they were thieves. The riders tied up their horses by a pile of boulders. One man stepped forward, wearing such fine clothes that Alibaba was sure he was the captain of the thieves. "Open sesame," he shouted. With that, a large rock rolled aside, revealing a hidden cave. The man stepped inside, and the rock rolled back into place, sealing the secret opening behind them. Alibaba was astonished. He was very curious about the cave, but decided to stay hidden until it was safe. After some time, the thieves came out carrying bags that looked quite heavy and loaded them onto their horses. After they rode away, Alibaba climbed down from his perch. Alibaba walked over the rocks and shouted, "Open sesame," just as the captain had done. The rock door rolled aside, revealing a cave full of treasure. There were heaps of glittering coins and jewelry, piles of luxurious silk and rugs, and many beautiful candelabras and statues. It was dazzling. Alibaba stepped inside and the door closed behind him. Worried that the robbers would return, he quickly gathered some gold coins, taking as much as his donkey could carry. When he was ready to go, he said, "Open sesame," and the door opened again. As Alibaba hurried away, a single coin fell from his bag, but he was in such a hurry that he did not notice it laying in the sun. Alibaba and his wife used the money to open a shop. They hired a clever, loyal girl named Morgiana to help them at home and work in the store with their son. Alibaba gave everyone a fair price, and the townspeople were happy to shop there. Meanwhile, when the band of thieves returned to the cave, the captain noticed something shiny on the ground. It was the very coin that Alibaba had dropped some days before. Realizing that someone had discovered the cave and its treasury, he instructed his men to go into town and find out if anyone had recently become rich. In the town square, one thief overheard some women talking about Alibaba's shop. "Alibaba has the best merchandise," said the first woman. "Yes," said the other woman, "but I have always wondered how a woodcutter managed to open his own shop." The thief could not believe it. Was it possible that Alibaba had visited the secret cave? He might have used the gold to open his shop. That evening, the thief hid outside the shop and waited until Morgiana left. He sneakily followed her to Alibaba's house and then marked the door with chalk and hurried off to tell the captain that he had found Alibaba. The thief thought he had been quite clever, but little did he know that Morgiana had seen him, sure that he was up to no good. She decided to trick him. After he left, she took a piece of chalk and marked all the houses on the street. Late at night, the thieves rode into town. When they reached Alibaba's street, they were shocked to see all of the doors marked with chalk. Furious, they went back to the cave to make a new plan. A few evenings later, the captain disguised himself as a merchant. He went to Alibaba's store, happy to find Alibaba there. "Hello, good sir," he said. "I have some oil to sell at the market tomorrow morning, but I have nowhere to sleep tonight. Do you have room in your home for a humble merchant and his donkeys?" Alibaba looked at the line of donkeys with barrels strapped to their bags and kindly invited the man to spend the night at his house. Little did he know